Hello everyone, and welcome to Wisdom and Wealth. Have you ever found yourself in that in-between space, feeling suspended as you wait for something significant to happen? Perhaps you're waiting for a crucial answer, a job callback that could change your life, the healing of a strained relationship, or maybe even a medical diagnosis. It's that moment when everything seems to be on hold, and you're caught between what was and what is yet to come. It's a time filled with uncertainty, a lack of control, and often, just a deafening silence. If this resonates with you, and you are over 40, I highly recommend that you like this video and subscribe to our Wisdom and Wealth channel. Your views and subscriptions greatly contribute to the creation of insightful content like this. Let's begin our journey towards transforming the art of waiting. In that quiet waiting period, it's natural for our minds to become restless, filled with worry and a desperate need for control. We feel compelled to take action, anything to alleviate the discomfort of the unknown. But what if waiting itself held a sacred purpose within our life's journey? What if this quiet space, this very uncertainty and stillness you're experiencing right now, isn't a form of punishment, but rather a doorway to profound transformation? In this video, we'll dive deep into the concept that waiting is not wasted time, but rather a spiritually transformative act. We'll explore how embracing this seemingly passive state can actually lead to significant personal growth and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. We'll delve into the wisdom of Buddhist teachings on patience, surrender, and the ever-changing nature of life. We'll discover the profound value in slowing down, embracing stillness, and resisting the urge to rush into fixing things that simply aren't ready to be fixed. You may come to realize that what you're actually waiting for is already unfolding within you, quietly shaping you into the person you're meant to become. So, take a deep breath, settle in, and let's explore the sacred art of waiting and how peace often begins in the very space we've been taught to avoid. And for more wisdom like this, don't forget to subscribe to the Buddhist Doctrine channel and like this video to help us reach a wider audience with this message. Let's start with the culture of now. Why does waiting feel so excruciatingly hard? We inhabit a world that glorifies speed, instant replies, next-day deliveries, and productivity hacks, all fueled by grind culture. We are indoctrinated with the belief that to wait is to fall behind, that if we're not constantly moving forward, we're somehow losing. But the reality of life doesn't always operate at the breakneck speed of a notification. Many things, especially the most meaningful things, unfold on their own unique timeline. Consider healing a broken heart, growing into your true purpose, rebuilding lost trust, or even experiencing a spiritual awakening. These are processes that cannot be rushed, no matter how much we desire instant results. Buddhism introduces us to the concept of khanti, often translated as the perfection of patience. However, it's not simply about passive endurance. It embodies a noble strength, the ability to remain open and still even amidst discomfort. The Dhammapada, a collection of the Buddha's teachings, states that patience is the highest asceticism because waiting without bitterness, without grasping for control, requires more courage than most actions. It's about accepting the present moment, whatever it may hold, and trusting that things will unfold in their own time. When we practice patience, we inevitably confront our own impatience, our deepest fears, and our insatiable craving for control. We are compelled to face a fundamental truth: we often dislike uncertainty, and we dislike not knowing what's coming next. But here lies the paradox: rushing often delays the very peace we seek. It's like impatiently pulling at a flower before it's ready to bloom or forcing open a cocoon before the butterfly has fully formed. True growth and real clarity require both time and trust. Therefore, waiting is not inaction, it's a deep inner activity, the space where unseen transformations occur. If you are finding value in this video, please take a moment now to like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Think about the natural world. Seasons don't rush, and neither should we. Look at the natural world around us. Nothing in nature hurries, yet everything is accomplished. The trees don't force their leaves to grow, the moon doesn't rush to shine its light, and a caterpillar doesn't panic within its cocoon. Nature trusts the process. And yet, when we find ourselves in periods of transition, we often resist the natural flow. We might say, I should be further along than this, or, why hasn't this happened yet? Everyone else is moving forward but me. But perhaps what appears to be stillness is actually a powerful state of becoming. Think of winter. To the outside observer, it seems like a season of nothingness, with bare trees, frozen ground, and an overall sense of silence. But beneath the surface, unseen roots are growing deeper, energy is gathering, and the earth is quietly preparing for renewal and rebirth. Your life also has seasons, and winter, though uncomfortable, is not a mistake. It's an essential part of the cycle. In Buddhist teachings, this is called tathata, or suchness, which represents the deep acceptance of things exactly as they are. When you embrace the season you're in, even if it's silent, even if it hurts, you stop resisting life's natural flow. You stop saying, I need this to change in order to be okay, and instead start saying, I am here now, and that is enough. Waiting then becomes not an obstacle, but a path of trust, of ripening, and of quiet strength. So if you're currently experiencing a winter in your life, remember that you're not failing, you're becoming. Now would be another perfect opportunity to like this video, and subscribe to our channel. When we rush through periods of uncertainty, we miss invaluable lessons. When we find ourselves caught in the grips of uncertainty, the temptation is often to fix, decide, or escape. We might scroll endlessly through social media, engage in distractions, or fantasize about what the future holds. But in doing so, we miss the precious gift that's right in front of us, the raw, unfiltered aliveness of the present moment. The Buddha taught, do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Waiting is one of the few experiences in life that forces us to be present because there's often nothing else to do. In that stillness, our deeper truths begin to surface. Perhaps we discover a grief we've been avoiding, a fear that needs our attention, a longing we've never voiced, or a sense of direction we couldn't perceive through the noise of our daily lives. Uncertainty is not an empty void, it's full of clarity waiting to be uncovered if we dare to sit with it. There's a Zen story about a monk who asked his teacher, "What is the path?" And the teacher simply replied, "Everyday life is the path." We often expect the next step to magically appear before we take it, but sometimes the next step is simply to wait, to stay put, and to listen more deeply. The answers we seek aren't always out there. They often arise in stillness, when we stop demanding clarity and become quiet enough to hear them. Let's be honest, waiting brings up a lot of ego discomfort. It might whisper insidious thoughts, you're being left behind. You're not good enough. You're wasting your precious time. The ego craves control, certainty, and immediate progress. But your deeper self, your soul, doesn't operate in the same way. The soul isn't afraid of slowness. It values depth over speed and presence over performance. In Buddhism, this tension between the ego and the deeper self is often expressed through the idea of anatta, or no self, which challenges the illusion of a fixed identity. The ego wants to be someone, a successful person, a healed person, a certain person. However, the path of waiting dissolves that illusion. It reveals that you are not a finished product, you are a process, a continuous journey of becoming. In that process, you are allowed to not know, to not have it all together, and to not be at the end of your journey just yet. There is a sacred humility in admitting, I'm in the middle of the story. Spiritual maturity isn't about having all the answers, it's about cultivating the patience to allow life to reveal them in its own time. Think of a river. When it flows slowly, it carves the deepest canyons. Your waiting time is not a detour, it's carving something profound within you, a new strength, a softer heart, and a deeper wisdom. Let yourself be shaped by the waiting. Let it teach you lessons your ego could never comprehend because, in the end, when the future finally arrives, you'll realize it was never truly about the outcome. It was about who you became in the space between. What if we were to change our perspective on waiting, viewing it not as a punishment, but as a sacred space? Not as something to simply get through, but as something to learn from. Let's explore the concept of reverent waiting, a mindful, open-hearted way to meet the unknown. This doesn't mean pretending you enjoy being in limbo. It means shifting from resistance to curiosity. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is this moment asking of me?" Instead of focusing on your need for answers, shift your focus to your need for presence. In the Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha teaches us to observe our experiences without attachment or aversion. This is the practice of equanimity, holding everything with spacious awareness. When we wait with equanimity, we become kinder to ourselves, holding uncertainty with gentleness and ceasing to rush what has its own divine timing. Try this in your own life. Breathe into the pause. When you feel the discomfort of "not yet," place a hand on your heart and silently say, "This is hard, but I am here. I am breathing." Anchor yourself in small certainties. Even when the big things are unknown, you can trust the ground beneath your feet, the sound of the wind, the warmth of a cup of tea, or the breath in your lungs. Trust the unfolding of life. Remember that what is unclear now will eventually become clear, and the version of you who will meet that clarity is still in the process of becoming. Waiting doesn't mean doing nothing, it means trusting that something sacred is happening, even if it remains invisible for now. For those who have stayed with me this long, thank you, and now I encourage you to like this video and subscribe to Wisdom and Wealth. Have you ever looked back on a situation and thought, "Thank goodness that didn't happen when I wanted it to"? Sometimes, life delays us not to punish us, but to prepare us, to deepen our roots before we rise, and to align us with something greater than we could have planned. In Buddhism, this is known as karma, the law of cause and effect. But karma isn't just about punishment or reward, it's about the ripening of conditions, and some fruits simply aren't ready to fall just yet. Waiting can be a form of grace, protecting us from premature leaps and inviting us to mature emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. There's a Zen proverb that beautifully illustrates this: sitting quietly, doing nothing, spring comes, and the grass grows by itself. Life is always moving, even when it appears still. When we resist waiting, we miss the silent movements, the insights growing beneath confusion, the inner strength forming beneath fatigue, and the grace being shaped in our silence. You are not behind, you are becoming. You are not forgotten, you are being readied. So, if life is asking you to wait, don't rush. Don't resent it. Don't check out. Lean in because, in the stillness, life is speaking, and sometimes it says more in whispers than in answers. Let's return to where we began, to that moment of waiting, that uncomfortable space between what was and what will be. What if this is where your peace resides? Not in arrival, not in certainty, but in the soft willingness to simply be here now. The Buddha said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." When we stop struggling against the unknown, we open ourselves to the beauty that has always been here, the sound of our own breath, the light streaming through the morning window, the quiet miracle of existing in this very moment. Waiting ceases to be a burden and transforms into a teacher. It teaches us surrender, presence, and trust. This is the sacred art of waiting, not giving up, but giving into life, to its timing, and to something deeper than our own limited plans. So, the next time you find yourself in a space of "not yet," don't panic, don't push, and don't flee. Pause. Breathe. Listen. You are not lost, you are being found. If you resonate with this message, I invite you to take a deep breath and simply be here now. There is no rush. Wherever you are in life, whatever season you're in, it is enough. Waiting is not weakness, it is wisdom, it is sacred, and it is yours. If you have found peace in this reflection, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to our channel, Wisdom and Wealth, for more guided reflections and timeless teachings rooted in ancient wisdom. Every view, every comment, and every share helps to keep this space alive, a space for depth, slowness, and inner peace in a world that often moves far too fast. Until next time, May you wait with grace, may you breathe with ease, and may you trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should.